Hello everyone, BleachBummer here, and welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 3, part of the Kingdom Hearts Chronicle Marathon, and of course, when this was live on Twitch, but you people on YouTube are not seeing it live from when it was for stream, so sorry about that still. And as always, joined is
Me.
Boktai fan, good old Boktai fan who, after many delays, finally sent me all of the parts that he couldn't send me before we can get uploaded of Dream Dust, despite us finishing it after 3.
Hey. It's done now, though.
Yeah.
Thankfully so.
Either way, as you can see, I kind of cleared everything else except for this here. Now that I realized it. So we can now head to the new world, and we'll depart from Twilight Town, which, let's see, actually, do I have? Yep, I have teeny ships available.
Oh, nice. Teeny ships are so nice.
Yeah, for those of you who remember how they are, they're still the same as they were in Cage 2. If not slightly better. Special weapon.
I think I would go for these. I think I would say they're slightly better in this game.
Also, yes, you just saw a little clip of the ship I'm trying to build. We're not going to see it for a little time. I don't care if it looks but ugly. I have plans of what to do for it, but I need to first get more stuff. I know it's going to be butt ugly at first when you guys see it, but trust me, we'll get to it looking awesome later. But with our Falcon 2 and a teeny ship, let's go.
I'm sure one of the worlds at least takes place in somewhere around that time, so I'm sure it's fine.
I know that you're watching Gerard's videos. He wants them to go to a Mary Poppins world, which I don't see how that could work, honestly. I can't see how that could work. And honestly, I'd rather them not ruin Mary Poppins any more than Mary Poppins Returns has. I'm sorry. I was disappointed when I saw Mary Poppins Returns.
Well, I've never seen it, so lucky me.
You are not missing much. Honestly, I say if you saw the first and original Mary Poppins, that's all you need.
Nice, then I'm good to go.
I hate to be that guy that might spoil it for those that have not seen it, but they try to be like, oh, it's new characters, but it's like, no, you're just putting Michael Banks in the same role as Mr. Banks from the first movie. It's a rehash of the first movie disguised with trying to be new. That's not good for a movie. I'm sorry. That's like very boring storytelling. So yeah, I am sorry for people that I spoiled the movie for you, but yeah, I'm saving you you just seeing it by saying you're not missing much if you already saw the first. Like, you're missing 0 at all. So you're welcome, Boktai, pal.
Thank you.
Now, I remember correctly though, the optional guy I think is somewhere around here. I want to say. Whoops. Didn't mean to use that so early.
Nice.
I think he's right here, though. I know he's optional, but I want to do this guy before we go to the Tangled world, because I feel it's fitting.
Hey.
Say hello to the Flower Guardian.
That's pretty big.
This guy He may have a lot of HP for being optional, but he's not that hard. If you just keep moving in a circle pattern, he can't hit you at all. Funny how many...
And thanks to you having lasers, you can always hit him.
Yep. This... I know I got in the center there and got a few hits, but that's because I was preparing my special weapon, because your special weapon, fortunately, is not homing. And here comes a big laser tech, which is very well choreographed, so you can not get hit by it. It is legitimately impossible to get hit by this. I mean, look how simple that is.
I'll have to agree with Final. Some bosses in this game are super great.
Oh no, I agree. Like this, for as easy as this boss, as simple as this boss is, it's still fun. Because that's the thing, simple can be fun if done right. Granted, nothing needs to be as flashy as KSH2's bosses, but they were also great. That's my point here. Flashy bosses can be done right, and so can simple.
Yay, almost done.
Let's see, let's take a risk and try to fire these right into his core. Nope. Oh well. And he is done.
Nice.
And now we can just take our way all the way to the new world. I have no idea if I passed the warp gate, though. Also, we'll say... Actually, did I pass the warp gate?
Did you? Probably,
Let me
since you're
check.
at the world now.
I mean, I sort of passed it. I can still make a quick shift and continue onward towards it. It's not that far. Wow, that is legitimately very close still.
Nice.
Also, I will say this, you will likely fight, you can likely fight the gummy bosses again and again as much as you want. They are refightable. And in terms of some of them, there is only, I think, 2 others aside from the Flower Guardian that I'm gonna choose to fight during the main part. The other ones either require a better ship for us to get there, which will be our custom ship, or are just very powerful.
Hey, there we go.
So I'm gonna just outright say for those ones, we will tackle some of the ones, especially the two close to super boss level gummy ship bosses. One of them being absolutely a super boss in a bonus stream, which will be after the main story. For those who look at the event page for Kingdom Hearts 3 that I made, you could see the order and dates, well, planned dates for when we will stream them. They may be changed, but it depends on Bowtie's schedule, basically. He will always alert me Thursday before we stream.
Or if possible, sooner.
Yeah. But anyway, Kingdom of Corona. This is pretty much the other type of Disney rules. There's ones like the Toy Box that will follow an original story and generally are my more favorite ones. And there's ones like Kingdom of Corona that pretty much follow what I think sort of mainly started in, well, it was in Kingdom Hearts 1, but appeared more frequently in 2 onward, where they basically just used the original movie's plot, but just plugged Sora, Donald, and Goofy in there.
Basically.
I would say that the plot sometimes is kind of meh to only one bad for these ones in Kingdom Hearts 3 from me. I have nothing against using the original plot throwing Donald Goofy in there, but I just prefer the original story a lot more.
The outside world is a dangerous place. You must stay here.
Yeah, Agrippa was the only one that I felt followed the original one. I would debate Wonderland, but that's because I actually don't know if it feels original or if it's just taking place near the end of the movie in its own twist way. I have no idea for Wonderland, which is why I don't really... Oh yeah, technically, Deep Jungle does, and Atlantica, actually, no, it does not. I say KH2 follows the original plot more than 1.
They're meant for me. I need to see them. And not just from my window, in person.
But yeah,
I have to know what they are.
I'm gonna say this in a way: following the plot of the movie in KH3 for worlds like this one is bad for different reasons. It's not story bad, it's not gameplay or world design bad, except for one world again. It's the fact that I've known YouTubers actually get copyright strikes from Disney for some of the cutscenes being almost scene for scene imitations of the movie.
Almost.
Well,
Like,
many of them have, but they had to make some fixes to either get around it, or they had methods to say, like, it's from the game, it's not the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just praying when this goes up on YouTube that I'm able to not get a strike and able to just refute it as a content ID match.
And then in one of them, they forgot to remove the watermark.
I know which one you're talking about, but oh my god, that one that one, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to mute that.
Alright.
That one I'm gonna have to mute when we get to that one because other reasons that we'll find out later.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just like play Living in the Sunlight. A MIDI version of Living in the Sunlight while that plays.
Technically for Atlantica, it kind of does for the later parts, but sort of no. Atlantica and KH1 still felt original to me. And Olympus, while using elements from the movie, always felt original.
I feel like Atlantica in the first one, like, borrows plot points from the movie. But otherwise follows its own story.
Yeah, that's something I agree with. KH2 Atlantica is basically indeed following the movie plot.
It's literally the movie.
This is kind of why I like the original plots more than the movie plots, because, no offense, I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just saying this for me, for a Kingdom Hearts game, I would rather watch the movie if I wanted to see the original plot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a negative, but it's not a positive seller for me for Kingdom Hearts, at least.
Yeah.
Unlike others that would probably just hate it. I'm sure you feel the way. You're more neutral than like I am for it. But anyway, we have not just the arrow guys, but these new flower Heartless, which I forgot the name of, and we had our first instance of Flynn Rider there.
Oh man!
Which, here's a fun fact. By the time I got to this world in KH3, this was the only movie I had not seen out of all the movies in KH3. I only saw that movie after playing this game, so I kind of got a little bit spoiled, but I still enjoyed Tangled.
Yeah. I do recommend watching Tangled, Kirby. It's a pretty good movie.
I will get into more about Tangled, but I want to say that for once we get to another world. Oh, right. I also remember we have my favorite deputy, which I should be using more here because...
Yeah, probably. It'd help, maybe. Just maybe.
My favorite deputy is just real good with its crowd control. Like I said, strike form, either very close range quick strikes. I have no idea if I killed him or Donald did.
It looks like you did, but I'd believe it. Oh, man.
I think I saw him go that way.
I mean, technically, you're right about Flynn, but that's based on first appearance. But
Yeah, that's puzzling.
for those who know the movie, he gets better.
I say we investigate.
I mean, if I had to divide the worlds between story and look-wise, I would definitely put out of the ones we've been so far after Olympus and Twilight Town, I would definitely put I would definitely put Toy Box at the top in terms of near the top in terms of exploration, but this world here, I'm gonna have to agree with some people. It is to me probably the most gorgeous looking world around there.
It's real
Story
nice.
might be meh sometimes with Sora and Donald and Goofy in there, but oh my god, this world is beautiful. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to charge into you guys. I lied. Oh look, they're all dead.
Hey.
I didn't even have to make them. They're like, we're just gonna wait here until he pops out. Oh crap, he can warp to us!
And then they died. The end.
You know, that's something interesting. What goes inside the minds of a Heartless if they even are able to think?
Yeah, I think you'd have to figure out if they can do that first.
Well, the only one that can think is Mr. Ansem's Secret of Darkness. Mr. Darkness within Darkness.
And Sword of Sora.
Well, at least he got away safe, right?
Oh yeah, he was the only Heartless that was able to retain his conscience when he became one.
The only shadow.
Sora's gone too.
This way, guys. It's a secret passage.
Yep. It's still amazing that, aside from Olympus, this was one of the first Disney worlds shown within Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers.
Yeah.
And they didn't really expand upon it more until much later trailers. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Final. Speaking of the Flan in this one, I don't think we're going to tackle this one because I don't remember what ability it gives you, but I think it's just an attraction extender. Could you double check for that, Boktai?
Alright.
Who else knows my location, Flynn?
Yeah, thankfully this one is not a... Oh, it's a treasure magnet. Thank you, Final Survivor. Well,
Alright.
maybe that might be good, but I'm also kind of not too big on the treasure magnets. Plus, there's an even better treasure magnet ability that you can get much later on.
So, what do you want with my hair?
So I kind of don't see the point of those treasure magnets.
Wait,
if there's a
You
better one.
don't want my hair?
Why on earth would I want your hair? Look, I was being chased. I saw a tower. I climbed it.
Thankfully,
okay?
this
End of story.
one's not really a scene by scene. It comes close, but not it. But it isn't. One of my favorite parts,
Flynn Rider.
though, that was cut from the movie, and I'm sure you remember this, is like
Deal?
Look
when she
this way.
mentions that she hid his satchel. He's like, "It's in the pot, isn't it?" She looks at the pot, knocks it out with a pen again, and says, "Now
No.
I've hidden it somewhere else."
Oh man.
Well, tomorrow evening,
That is just
they will light the
funny.
night sky
He's like,
with these
"Wow,
lanterns.
Rapunzel,
You will
wow."
act as my guide, take me to these lanterns, and return me home safely. Then, and only then, will I return your satchel to you. That is my deal.
Yeah, no can do. Unfortunately, the kingdom and I aren't exactly simpatico at the moment, so I won't be taking you anywhere.
I wonder why.
Something brought you here.
Also,
Flynn
I am
Rider.
honestly happy they
Call
did
it
not
what
make
you
the little
will,
lizard talk.
fate. So I have made
No
a
offense to
decision
characters like
to trust
Sebastian
you.
and
A horrible
Flounder,
decision,
but I'm
I
happy they
am
didn't make it
serious.
talk.
Oh. Let me get this straight. I take you to see the lanterns, bring you back home, then you give me back my satchel?
I promise. And when I promise something, I never, ever break that promise. Ever.
Good.
Oh, what to do? I cannot let her find that tiara.
I think she already
Just
did.
think. I need the satchel, and Blondie has it. There might be more monsters out there. I've got it. The three guys in the funny outfits. They look tough enough to come in handy. All right, fine. I'll take you. But on one condition. My three sidekicks come along.
I'm not sure if doing Mulan in 3 is good after doing it in 2, because from what I've heard, a lot of people hate Mulan 2.
A tower.
A lot
Really?
of people do.
I've heard the
Let's
opposite.
check it out.
Well, maybe it's just some people that understand story and retelling. I think they just, a lot of the people that I heard that hate it don't like it because there's a lot of plot stuff that
Wonder who put a tower here.
makes them dislike the characters or makes no sense. And because it's completely illogical in the real world as well. I do not question it, but I'm gonna probably have to say, like, if I saw it myself, I'd judge it, but if I do feel they're right, then unfortunately that's my opinion on it. People are in their right to like it for whatever reasons they liked it, but I don't know. People that understand story, to me, I guess, makes sense. If that makes sense, can easily find more flaws.
Well,
This is unfortunately my sort of curse, you can call it, since I am a writer myself.
all I'm gonna say is that I have friends who understand story too.
And I'm one of them.
Yes, but I mean other friends who like Mulan too.
This is why I'm saying, like, this is just what I've heard. It's not my opinion, because I have not seen it myself. Brad, I'm sure you already got that. Because honestly, I think judging a game before game or movie before it comes out is kind of a bad thing. Though I can't say that saves some movies. If you're not interested, that's fine. Like, I will say this. I will let people like or dislike Toy Story 4. I'm just not interested in seeing it personally.
I say you can certainly judge a movie before it comes out with certain conditions.
That's what I was gonna say. Sonic.
There you go.
I'll give it credit. It is funny when it's actually doing the funny right, but not approve the design choice of Sonic.
Well, on the bright side, they got enough complaints that they said they were going to change it.
Now we just have to see if they can actually change it right.
Yep.
If there's one thing I hope they don't change from it, it's, I'm going to be honest, as much as I'm tired of his humor, Jim Carrey as Eggman, because say what you about the original Eggman, I actually like Jim Carrey's take on Eggman. And I'm curious what other people who have seen the trailer will think. Especially you, Bowtie.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Flynn, good to see you in one piece.
That's all there is to it.
You're here and
I've seen pieces of the trailer, enough to know that I don't want to watch the trailer.
that would be Rapunzel. Something tells me this could be her first time.
You gotta watch it at least for Jim Carrey's Eggman.
To get used to it.
First time ever?
I'll watch the next trailer.
You might miss out on the great Eggman.
I have seen the bit where
I can't believe I did this.
where Eggman's making the announcement, and it has the same background as in Sonic Adventure 2.
Her and left the tower. But that's okay. I mean, what she doesn't know won't kill her, right? No. Oh my gosh. This would
Yep, and look,
kill her.
there's Donald and Goofy. There's Donald.
I
There's
am
Sora.
a little daughter. I'm going back.
There's Goofy.
I'm going back. I am a
And Donald again.
despicable human being. Best day ever.
I was not kidding when the scene by scene movies literally just plug Donald, Goofy, and Sora right in there.
A little more than a little.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Oh,
I told you before, my sidekicks.
sidekicks?
Hey!
I introduce,
Oh, my name's Sora.
And I'm Goofy. Pleasure, ma'am.
Sora.
I don't know, I do
Donald, and Goofy.
agree. Like, 3 does do
Nice to meet you
do
too.
it the best.
I'm
Has probably out of
Rapunzel.
all of them, mainly because it tries to
Sidekicks.
actually capture a bit more of as much of the key parts as it can,
She
compared
really
to
wants to see the lantern show tomorrow night. Now I'm a nice guy, so I've decided
compared to the other games. Like, no offense to them, but they do kind of miss out on some
I can get her to
important
keep 'em.
plot
You
elements.
guys are clearly more cut out for combat.
I think you remember you know what I mean, right, Bowtie?
The which ones?
On how 2 onward, sometimes
Just
when they
leave it to us.
tell the original story, they sometimes, before Kingdom Hearts 3, when they tell the original story, they sometimes missed out on important plot elements from the original movie. Like, I'm gonna say this in my opinion, out of all the telling the original story, Hunchback was the worst. I get why they pointed for Hunchback, but
Must seem so big.
I'm sorry. That just made it kind of bad. Okay,
Lucky for me,
it was the
you two
worst
came
before
along
1 in
just
this
the
game.
right
To be
time.
honest.
And the rest has been
I haven't seen The Hunchback in so long that I don't remember like any of it, so I can't give my opinion
Hold
on
on,
that.
best line.
Unforgettable. Just like your face.
Amazing.
I'm all I'm gonna is like it's SpongeBob is pretty dark for a Disney film. But it's just because Frollo's an asshole who
All for one and
wanted
one
to
for all.
kill all the not all the it was wrong thing. That's kill all the gypsies. That was the right one. I can't believe I got the two mixed up. Sorry. My apologies there, folks.
Oh man.
I probably dodged a bullet. Anyway, if we go back, I think this way. Thankfully, the enemies don't spawn yet. Wherever the hidden passage is, right here. There's a reason I'm going back.
I thought we were going to see the lanterns.
We are, but there's actually a hidden Mickey that I want to get.
Heck yeah.
And I think I remember correctly also for the original Hunchback. Frollo had some kind of fascination, as in a loving fascination with Esmeralda.
Oh boy.
Which, yeah, with the whole wanting to murder the gypsies for his religious beliefs by thinking like they weren't good enough, and that thing with Esmeralda, it makes sense why they cut it from Dream Drop Distance, but it kind of also loses the impact that Hunchback had.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what made Frollo easily one of the most disgusting Disney characters, as in, he's a good villain. You want to hate him.
Whoa.
And unfortunately, like, I had to agree with some people that say with the changes they did for Dream Drop Distance, Frollo's now pretty much to just being a dick.
Mr. Evil Man.
It's kind of sad sometimes when such good villains get downgraded, but it happens in more than just Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, this place, honestly, I'm gonna say right now ahead of time, I'm likely gonna miss some. Oh yes! Finally, I have the one I've been waiting for, Arrow.
I can't believe how wonderful this is.
Sorry about that.
The whole mother thing.
But yeah, I'm likely gonna be missing some treasures and lucky emblems, so forgive me if I do. This world, unfortunately, is very big and has the most amount of exploration everywhere. So finding everything is a big pain compared to Toy Box. Granted, there's bigger sandbox worlds, but you can eventually find the stuff. This one's just big because, whoa. I know the important thing in this world. I know the important thing because it gives you an accessory if you do all of them.
What is that?
Ah.
It's so fluffy. Huh.
Rapunzel, you might want to get out of there.
I'll be right back.
Heartless.
Eh?
Rapunzel, take cover.
Huh? All right. I hate to say it, but I'm letting you out of this deal.
What?
It's way too scary out here. Let's just turn around and take you home.
No, I am seeing those lanterns.
Oh, come on!
Rapunzel?
It's okay. I'm not afraid to face them.
And Rapunzel now will actually fight, but I hope you get ready to get used to it because
I will.
this is the only time she actually fights. Also, Arrow really good for breaking their armor, as well as really good crowd control.
Arrow is so nice in this game.
I mean, look at that, easily just blowing them away.
They finally figured out how to make it work.
Ooh, jeez, ow. Oop, wrong button. I keep hitting my potion button on accident when I'm trying to do Arrow. I think I blame the fact that I've been playing some other Xbox games while waiting for this. That got me confused. Come here, you! Now, a lot of people don't like the auto jump that Arrow can lead for you because it sometimes gets in the way of their combos, to which I do agree, but I usually am just always quick to just do a quick dive down to get me out of it. Nope. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, I guess, to have an ability to make sure you don't use the leap upward from Arrow.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of ability that's like air,
Rapunzel?
wind,
Rapunzel?
guard. Just, I don't know. I can't think of a name of what to call it, but basically like something that says like, you don't leap into a flow motion when you're in your Arrow spell.
Mm-hmm.
It would easily help both sides, those that are not bothered and those that are bothers. What's your thoughts on that, Bowtie? Like, are you bothered, and do you think that would help?
I'd say I'm probably not bothered, but because I haven't played in such a long time, I don't remember exactly what the jump up is.
Oh, look who's back!
Oh man.
The Lord of Castle Oblivion has returned, ladies and gentlemen. I remember seeing that in the trailer first time. I was like, what? Like, I was astonished and amazed. Admittedly, I was looking forward to seeing what would happen.
It's like the world goes on forever.
I mean, to be fair, Lee's been back for a while, so...
Well, Lee, they had a reason to bring him back. He wanted to save his friend Roxas.
Yeah. That doesn't... That foreshadows the return of anyone else. And just the fact that, like, a bunch of the
What's
other
funny is
organizations...
apparently I've heard people... They're not the ones complaining, but they talked about how there was people complaining that... they were making Axel / Lee into a good guy when they want him to continue to be evil. To which I say, if you are okay with Riku being a good guy now from being a villain, then you could be okay with Axel and Lee in the same boat because he does it in his own way and does it in a just as interesting way that's not like, oh, he's a Riku clone.
That's also to say that they're basically saying that Axel is evil in the first place. Which... That is very debatable.
That's funny what you said there, because that is true. I think you were there for that. Or I showed you the highlight clip, at least.
I think you showed me the highlight clip.
When I talked about his sister and it just got pissed off and killed me.
And just destroyed you, yeah.
But then again, I'm willing to bet on the note of Axel that there's going to be people who are like, oh no, Riku should have also been evil always.
Look.
I'm going to say, you know how boring it is to see a rival character learn the same lesson over and over again? We like constant
How many
character
times do we have to
development,
teach you this lesson, old
I
man?
wish there was a way to make the outside world as even as better than I dreamed.
Nice.
Stop using the potion me!
They're just like the floating lights.
How many
Thank you, Final.
potions did I waste? I haven't even watched that because I just don't really care about that show, to be honest.
look at all
Sorry
this
people like it,
water.
it just never really hit with me.
It's a fun show.
Oh, it's so refreshing.
I guess I just didn't
You
find
have to
it
come
fun,
in.
even when I was a kid.
Fair.
See? It feels nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Come join me.
Be right back.
Right?
My turn.
Ah, damn it, I missed. Get back here, you! Good!
Oh, Sora.
Okay, you're in for it.
And rainbow.
A rainbow.
And before people ask, yes, the stuff is actually required if you want something good.
I want to see what's at the top of that hill.
Top of the hill? Sure.
Rabbits.
Heartless.
Oh no, you're not picking on these rabbits.
Oh god, ow.